Yo, what's going on, you guys? Your boy Swagger Kings here, coming at y'all with another video. Alright, in this video, I'm going to be talking about a little bit more about my next Mugen project that I've been working on for the past few days and stuff like that. I'm going to be talking about it a little bit more in this video, because I know I talked about it some in my last video, my last 3K video, which I still say I want to still thank you guys for all the love and support and the 3K subs. I really do appreciate it. I'm even thanking you guys in this video, so but thank you guys though for that. Alright, so in this video I'm going to be explaining a little bit more about my next Mugen project, a little bit more in this video, because I wanted to do a video talking about it, explain a little bit more about it and why I came up with the idea and stuff like that or whatever, and the characters, the gameplay, etc. So but I'm going to start with like the title first. So the game is going to be called Ultra Gem Fighter. That's going to be based on the game Pocket Fighter that was by Capcom. So shout out to Capcom for that. So yes, Ultra Gem Fighter will be based on Pocket Fighter. So because I think I figured it would have been a cool idea, and I know nobody else wouldn't have not thought of an idea like that, but I know some people say that sounds pretty kind of cool, for a title or whatever. But so I decided to come up with the title out of nowhere, randomly, and I'm like it sounds tempting, it sounds like a real good idea. I was hyped to actually put it out there. I was hyped about it because I knew it would be a good idea, because I know nobody else wouldn't have not thought of an idea like that besides me, so yeah. So basically the idea I had in mind, all right, just imagine taking characters that was also from the game Puzzle Fighter, which I know most of you guys had played Puzzle Fighter before. That was also by Capcom. Shout out to Capcom for that, because that was a cool game too. Puzzle Fighter was a cool game. So let's say, imagine taking the characters that was from Puzzle Fighter to Pocket Fighter, and let's include the characters that made a cameo appearance in the stages that was in Pocket Fighters that never actually made it into the game. Imagine bringing all those characters together from Puzzle Fighter to Pocket Fighter to Pocket Fighter. That would be actually a cool idea. So now in the Mugen world, why not bring all those characters together in one fighting game, which would be very interesting. I know it may be a lot of characters, but it'll be like an abundance of characters to choose from that never made it into the game, that we never really actually see pocket versions of and stuff like that. So but in this project of mine, this Mugen project of mine that I had an idea on doing, I was going to bring the characters that was from Puzzle Fighter to Pocket Fighter into Ultra Gem Fighter, Mugen project into Ultra Gem Fighter, because I think it would be a good idea. I figured, I was like that don't sound too bad, because think about it, in Puzzle Fighter we had Street Fighter characters such as Ken, Ryu, Akuma, Chun-Li, Sakura, and Dan. And in the Darkstalker side, we had Donovan, Morgan, Felicia, and Hishienko, and a secret character which it would be Devilite. She was in Puzzle Fighter, in which I thought she was cool, because that was the character I roll with. I played a little Donovan. Those are the only two characters I would use in Puzzle Fighter, was Donovan and Devilite in Puzzle Fighter. In Pocket Fighter, you had Ken, Ryu, Akuma, Dan, Tessa, Morgan, Hishienko, Lidiv, Chun-Li, and Sakura, and then you had the characters that was in the background that made cameo appearances, but it would have been cool if they was also in the game. So as a Mugen project, why not bring all those characters together in one fighting game? So that's why I came up with the idea of Ultra Gem Fighters, because the characters in Pocket Fighter that was in the background, the stages, those are like the Ultra characters, similar to how like Ultra Street Fighter 4 was, where you have Rolento, Hugo, Poison, and Elena that came from Street Fighter X Tekken, right? So they were the Ultra characters in Ultra Street Fighter 4. So in this project of mine, the characters that was in the background in Pocket Fighter will be in the game as the Ultra characters. That's why I call it Ultra Gem Fighter, such as like Donovan and Devilite that was from Puzzle Fighter. And I think that all makes sense. If you guys get what I'm coming from, which I'm sure y'all do if y'all get what I'm coming from. That's why I thought of the idea, and I said, that would be really cool. And I already explained it to a couple of peoples of mine, like my homie Ike, my homie Shadow Fox, homie Grams, and and etc. and they thought it would be a cool idea, such as like Shadow Fox. Shout out to Shadow Fox. He's like really interested in seeing this, so and stuff like that. And my homie Ike, he thinks it would be a good idea, so I'm like, why not put it together? Okay, so that's the whole idea of that. You guys understand where I'm coming from. So now Now, also, what I have been doing, like, the past few weeks or whatever, I have been working on a few characters, such as like the gameplay or whatever. Because I'm gonna talk about the gameplay that the gameplay idea. The gameplay idea, it will be similar, a little similar to Pocket Fighter, but not as similar to Pocket Fighter, because I don't want it to be too similar to Pocket Fighter, because I figured that would be a little bit boring and not as interesting. You feel what I'm saying? Because in Pocket Fighter, they had a little 3-hit combo, and then they ended off like with a final attack though, but it has a little delay time. Like the combo doesn't connect all the way. I mean, I wasn't never sure why they did it that way though. I guess they didn't want it to be as cheap or whatever, but I think it would have been a good idea, like the full ground combo connected and stuff like that. But in my game, I want it where like the combos would be similar like that, but I want everything to connect, because that's how I did it. But I'm not gonna say too much about the gameplay because I don't want to give away too much though, because I actually want to show some gameplay off, whenever I happen to get the chance or whatever. But yeah, the gameplay would be similar to Pocket Fighter, but not as much, but just with a little twist of my own, idea that I came up with. You understand what I'm saying? So it'll be like that. And also, I do want to find a way to kind of like to add the gems, because how when the characters in Pocket Fighter get hit, you see like the gems pop out of them, or if they get hit with a multiple attack, like a super fireball or something like that. You see like multiple gems come out of them, like it's like raining gems all over the place coming out of the characters when they get hit, and they could collect them to build up their levels and stuff like that. Yeah, I want to include all of that into the game, because it's not called Ultra Gem Fighter for nothing. It got to be called Ultra Gem Fighter for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to find a way to do all that. And what else? You also had like, I guess when they like get hit like with the last final attack from the ground combo, you see like the treasure come out and it opens up, and you see like the diamonds and the gems come out, or sometimes food will come out for them to build back up, they regenerate their life and stuff like that. Yes, I want all that done in the game, because it's part of based on Pocket Fighter, so it would make sense to include that into Ultra Gem Fighter. So yeah, that's how the game is gonna pretty much be. Like I said, I don't want to give away too much, but the gem part I didn't mind explaining, but I don't want to explain too much of the gameplay just yet, because I want to actually perform that in a video or something, So that's what the gameplay is gonna be like, similar to Pocket Fighter, and also because I've been doing a lot of research. I've been looking at a lot of like Fight K videos on high level plays to get the idea and stuff like that, and plus I've been playing the game on my own to get the idea and stuff like that. And I wanted to include that that fighting system in my project or whatever and stuff like that. But what I don't really want is that I don't want people, like when people play it, or I don't want people to go straight into like the 1, 2, 3 combo or whatever. I want people to still like throw a little like rapid attacks, like a couple of rapid punches, a couple of rapid kicks and stuff like that, because I don't want people to just go straight into the combo, and stuff, because I see that a lot in like high level plays. But that's just the way how Pocket Fight gameplay was designed for that. It was designed for that, because that's just how it is, I guess, to like spice things up and switch things up or whatever and stuff like that, because every game has a different fighting system or whatever. But but in my game, it's a little twist or whatever. So yeah. Also, I want to say it's not gonna be like no type of like like other animations added to the game or whatever, like such as for example, how, let's take like Ken, how when you're doing like a combo, you see like Ken turns into a cowboy, he jumps on the horse, and the horse kicks you and stuff like that. It's gonna be none of that in the game. I don't want none of that stuff. And they're not gonna be turning into this, turning into that, all that, little kitty looking stuff or whatever. It's not gonna be none of that stuff. I don't want any of that, because I want my I don't want none of that stuff. It's not gonna be none of that in the game. Just to let you guys know, it's not gonna be none of that stuff that they're going, like Zangief gonna be turning into like a construction worker. It's not gonna be any of that in the game, so because that would be too much to do, and there's no type of sprites, no animations out there for that. Not that I really actually would know, but I don't want any of that including the game. So I'm just letting you guys know that as well, because I know I was asked that, and I also was asked, are they gonna be like pocket size? And that's a no. Either they're gonna be regular 2D sprites, regular alpha 2D sprites, we've been playing for years. They're not gonna be pocket size. And then plus at the same time, nobody never actually really did any other pocket size sprites for the characters to be like available in the Mugen community. There was nothing else done. But there is a Pocket Fighter Mugen out there, and I got a copy of it or whatever that they did make like a pocket-sized Oni Akuma and a pocket-sized Lidif, and that was just it. And there's no other characters that was made or whatever. So, but then again, if there was, I don't want pocket-sized characters either. I just want the regular 2D sprites. That's just what I want, you know. So yeah. So now as we knock that out the way, so yeah, that's the gameplay right there and stuff. What's going to be included, what's not going to be included and stuff. So, and also too, the stages. I want to talk about the stages. Now, I had came up with a really cool idea. Well, I did got the idea from somewhere, but for the stages, I was thinking for the stages should be a little bit different, like, cause you know how like some of the stages in games, you know, they like add a scenery or they add a field or whatever the case may be. But in my game, the stages are gonna be a little different here. You know, a little different. Another idea that nobody really hasn't came up with or whatever. But like I said, I came up with my idea. And I did a couple of picture sketches of the stages, which I'm going to show it off on you guys or whatever, that what I think the stages should look like. And you guys give me a second here. And I was thinking for like the stages should look like, you know, something where it would take place in like a stadium route, you know, like in a stadium kind of style, like based on the stages from different, you know, games. Well, games that's based on Capcom, obviously. Like from different games. Like for example, like this stage I see here, you know, that it has a, you know, you see like the stadium in the background, the dome part or whatever, and like the palm tree and like the little pool here. Well, this stage here is basically like based on, you know, Paradise stage from Beximus game Capcom Universe. Yeah, shout out to Beximus, because also too I gotta shout him out, you know, for letting me, you know, borrow some of the sprites from his stages from his game to include it into my game. And also, you know, shout out to AVP Boy as well, because the stadium part that you see here is where AVP Boy had made for me, you know, for Darkstalkers vs Street Fighter. So I had like combined them together to create this stage. And this is also giving you guys an idea of what the game will look like. So as you see Donovan and Devil Eye, you know, getting ready to fight or whatever. So yeah, this is an idea of what the game would look like, and what the stages would look like. So you know a little taste on what it is. Cause I like to do like big picture sketches on what the game shall look like, what the stages should look like, and everything and stuff like that. Which I think this is pretty cool, because this is like one of my favorite stages that I did create, that I did made and stuff like that. And once again, I want to thank Beximus for letting me, you know, borrow the sprites, because he was, you know, generous enough to let me borrow the sprites, and I really do appreciate that, bro. Thank you and stuff like that. But I like it. So yeah, so this is pretty much what the idea, what the stages shall look like in the game. You know, I wanted to kind of show some of them off to you guys or whatever. That was you know, based on, you know, like the idea of Ultra Gem Fighter. Like you got one right here that's based on like Ryu stage from Street Fighter Alpha 2, where you got Birdie about to fight Leo and stuff. And what else we got here? You know, this one here that's based on like the desert stage from my game Street Fighter X Capcom and everything. Like, you know, the desert stage, you know, stuff like that, which is like an idea. You know, it's like a little twist. You guys get what I'm coming from. I'm trying to explain the best way I know how, but you kind of get what I'm coming from. But this is just an idea on what the game would look like. So I'm just showing you guys off some pictures that I made, like, you know, for a tech demo and stuff like that. Shout out to Old Gamer. Yeah, and this one here, you know, Ibuki about to fight Mugen. I don't know if you guys recognized recognized it, but this stage was also from Beximus Capcom Universe, the Flug Ice or Ice Flug, whatever how you want to call it. So yeah, you know, I was thinking on, you know, going a different route with the stages instead of like always using like scenery like. So I was thinking the stage should take place into like a stadium based on the stages from different Capcom games. Let's say for example like Darkstalkers, you got a Darkstalker version of a stadium stage. You have, you know, a Ryu version or Chun-Li version of a stadium stage. You know, just point out those ideas, stuff like that. That's just where I'm going with it and stuff like that, you know. Which I think is pretty cool. And wait, hold on a second. Let me see, and let me show off another one. You know, like this one here is also like based off like Forgotten Sanctuary from also from Capcom universe. You know, a Sanctuary one, you know, and stuff like that. But you know, these are just ideas. You got Dan about to fight Akuma. All this is an idea, which I think is really cool. Just an idea for what the stages will look like, or whatever. I'm going a different route, you guys. I'm sure going a different route. You know, I'm going a different route this time. I don't know about anybody else, but me, I'm going a different route. So yeah, you know, like this one here. I forgot what this one is called, but this is also based from my game, Street Fighter X Capcom. I think it's called. I forgot what the name of the stage is called. I really forgot. But this one is based on like from my game, Street Fighter X Capcom. Like I said, you know, Don about to fight Gen and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is all the idea of what the game would look like. Cause this is what I like to do. You know, like I said, you know, I like to make pictures of it, giving myself an idea on what how the stages look like, what the game would look like and stuff like that. You know, what the characters would look like fighting on the stage. You know, getting ready about to fight each other and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all an idea of mine. What I like to do in my spare time when I'm not doing anything else. So yeah, peoples. You know, I just wanted to show you guys the ideas I came up with that I, you know, wanted to share, you know, to people and everybody and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the whole idea of the game and stuff like that on what I got for now for my next Mugen project. So, but also, I also still want to say, yeah, I still got Darkstalkers versus Street Fighter, and I still got Street Fighter X Capcom that I'm still working on those games. But like I said, I want to do this one because I'm hype. I want something to play with friends, and of course you guys or whatever. If I happen to try to get it on Ikeman or whatever, just want to have something to play. You know, I was hyped about the idea. I think it's a really cool idea. You know, I just couldn't wait to do it. You know, I was like, yo, I gotta do it. Plus, you know, I like doing this stuff. I think it's really cool. This is what Mugen is all about. You know, it's like making dream games, you know, bringing them together, you know, combine your ideas, you know, it's like, what can you do? Because it's free, it's open. This is what allows us to do this stuff. It's not all about, you know, all that craziness that we used to seeing about Mugen for years and stuff like that, where you see like certain characters fighting this character. It's not all about that. It's all about bringing ideas together and on what fighting game that we could imagine having if it had it exist. You know, if it had to exist, it's like, then okay, cool. But apparently that those games don't exist, so we have the power to actually to make it happen because this stuff is free, you know, and it's cool to do. It's a good hobby, you know. I like doing it. I like coming up with some cool ideas, you know, and like to put them together. You know, that's just me. That's just how I am, you know. So that's why I came up with the idea of Ultra Gem Fighters based on Pocket Fighter. You know, I'm just including the characters that came from Puzzle Fighter to Pocket Fighter to Ultra Gem Fighter Mugen project. I just thought, why not bring all of them together in one game? You understand what I'm saying? Because I know it would be really fucking cool. I know it would be cool. Excuse my language. So yeah, you guys. So yeah. So that's pretty much, you know, it. You know, I just wanted to show you guys the picture sketches. I wanted to talk about the gameplay. I wanted to talk about the idea, why I came up with the idea. You know, I'm still currently working on Darkstalkers vs Street Fighter and Street Fighter X Capcom as well too. I'm still working on those games though. You know, like I said, I'm not trying to like overwork myself or anything like that. I'm not doing nothing like that, you know. Just want to have something to play, something else to put out there. I know instead of you guys always seeing the same stuff that we enjoy playing and stuff like that. You know, regardless, we're gonna still play. You know, I'm still gonna play Darkstalkers vs Street Fighter and Street Fighter X Capcom, of course. But I was really hyped about this idea. I was like, yo, I gotta put this together. So yeah, but. So that's all, you guys. I just wanted to share that with y'all. You know, I'm gonna be out for now. You know, I just wanted to bring out a video talking about it, showing you guys some images of it and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm off this. I'm about to go eat and then get on with the rest of the day. And you guys take care, and I shall speak to y'all soon or see y'all soon, hopefully. So yeah, have a good week. Peace, guys.